Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And yes, voice still hoarse. Dealing with some time switch issues that getting under control in a bit. But show must go on as we head into our Week 15 power rankings. Week 14 was kind of crazy. Had some upsets. Had some blowouts unexpectedly. So we're going to give the power rankings for each team heading into Week 15. But before I do that, make sure you guys leave the video a like. Continue to help this channel to grow. And as I always say, the goal is 6K. We are just about under 100 away from 6K subscribers before the end of 2025. So leave this video a like, it'll help. And also click the subscribe button, notification bell, so you're not missing anything that I post. But without further ado, let's dive into it. Alright guys, here are my power rankings from last week. Things will change. Here they are. Take a picture, screenshot, whatever, but let's get into the rankings for this week. Alright, so we're going to start with the teams with the bye weeks. Carolina at B. I'm going to leave them there. I had the New England Patriots at S. I had the New York Giants at a D. And then I had the San Francisco 49ers at an A. So let's get right into it. Dallas and Detroit. A high-scoring game. Very good contest. I'm going to leave the Detroit Lions at A. Can't put them at S yet. But I like the way they bounced back from the Thanksgiving loss. Offensively, they performed well. Defensively, they made enough plays. There were all of the injuries in their secondary. Then the Dallas Cowboys, I'm actually going to leave them at B. I think they made a few too many mistakes in this ball game. I like what the Cowboys have been doing over the last couple of weeks, but could that season be over with as far as potentially making the playoffs? We shall see, but tough week for the Cowboys. Then we're going to go to the Seattle Seahawks and Atlanta Falcons, keeping the Falcons at D, keeping the Seahawks at S. This was a 6-6 ball game at half, and Seattle just blew the doors open in the second half. The Falcons, one of the more inconsistent teams in the league. Is Raheem Morris on the hot seat? I would personally say he is, even though I don't think he should be fired, but maybe it should be a fire let out of him. I know the Falcons have had a lot of injuries, whether it's Drake London, Michael Penix been out for the year, and then Seattle. I think the problem I have with Seattle is that their offense is not 100% consistent. It's really not. It's not 100% consistent. But they get things together in the second half. Next, we're going to have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I am dropping the Baltimore Ravens to a C. And I am keeping the Pittsburgh Steelers at a B. And I'm moving the Pittsburgh Steelers up. So I'm reversing two. Crazy I have the Ravens as low. But I've always said something is not right with Lamar. And I still believe so. That defense for Baltimore didn't look great. And then we're talking about the Steelers. They played a little bit better defensively. Offensively, they were finally looking okay, finally getting things rolling. But these two teams are scaring me a little bit. And I'm not in a good way either. Not in a good way. It's just they are so inconsistent. It's almost like a week-to-week basis with these teams. So I'm intertwining them for now. Next is the Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns. I'm keeping both at D. Titans pull out the upset win, but Shedeur played really well. That Browns defense didn't look that great, honestly, against the Titans offense. Cam Ward looked probably one of the best games he's had all year. And it's still two bad football teams, but I think the Browns offensively looked a lot better. Have looked a lot better with Shedeur under center. But crazy way to lose that ball game on that two-point conversion, which I don't know what Stefanski's doing, taking Shedeur out in that two-point conversion situation. I don't know what he's doing. Next is the Indianapolis Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars. Keeping the Colts at B, and I'm keeping the Jaguars at A. The Colts is basically done. Daniel Jones done for the year with the Achilles. He already had a fractured fibula. We don't know if Anthony Richardson's coming back at the backup. They're on that third string and Riley Leonard, a rookie, late round pick from Notre Dame. This season for the Colts is done. Then Travarius Ward concussion protocol. Sauce Gardner hurt. DeForest Buckner's been out with a neck. This team is getting hurt at the wrong time, and Jonathan Taylor is their offensive teams are keen on it. And then at the Jaguars, they're running the football better. Trevor Lawrence is playing a lot better. They have been playing better defensively. I was one that was kind of saying the Jaguars peaked when they beat the Chiefs. Starting to look like I'm wrong on that. Starting to look like I'm wrong. Next is the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. I have the Commanders at D. Getting a shutout is going to keep you there. And I'm having the Minnesota Vikings move up to C. You shut out a team like that, and the Commanders, they're almost in the situation as the Colts are as far as the injuries go. Terry McLaurin's missed a lot. Marshawn Lattimore's torn ACL. Jaden Daniels got hurt, re-injured his elbow. Zach Ertz is now done with the ACL. Season's pretty much done. I say as a Commander, you rest Jordan. You rest Jaden Daniels. Don't play him no more. You don't. I say you don't play him no more. Vikings, J.J. McCarthy looked a little better. That defense was ferocious. So I'm moving them up to a C. Next is the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The Dolphins have been playing a lot better lately. They have been playing a lot better lately these last couple of weeks. So I'm going to move them up to a B. I really like how this offense is performing. I really like that they're stepping things up defensively. But the Jets, well, they are the Jets. So leave them there.
Today's video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. For me, it is very important to have a VPN to protect my online privacy. It'd be very, very creepy if there was someone out there who kept a log of every single thing that you did online. So why let your internet provider really do that to you online? The best thing to do is to get yourself a VPN, and why not go with the ExpressVPN, the best VPN available. Personally, I like it for the fact that you can unlock Netflix shows that you do not get in the US market. Now, one show that I've started to get myself into is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You search Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the US, doesn't come up, but you can switch your location to Canada, and you can research Brooklyn Nine-Nine again, and bam, it pops up right then and there, and you can catch up on your episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now, if you click the link in the description below, you will get 3 free months of ExpressVPN. Just by clicking the link below and you sign up today, you will get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. All you have to do is click the link down below, and you will get ExpressVPN. Now, let's just get back to the video.
Next is the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm keeping the Bucs at B for now. For now. But this team is losing, I think, 4 or 5 straight. They have been hampered with the injury bug. Saints are still keeping at D. But in this game, Tyler Sharp showed promise. He really showed promise. That defense played a lot better. Even though I still think it's an older defense. But very good game by the Saints, pulling off an upset in the rain in Tampa to beat the Buccaneers. Some of this Buccaneers team could their season be done. I got to look at the schedule. I can't remember off the top of my head. They played Carolina, but there's something. The Buccaneers are falling fast. Next, we're going to have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. I'm keeping the Bengals at C and the Bills at A. If it wasn't for that damn weak-ass Bengals defense, Bengals win this game. And it is proof that in order for the Bills to have success and overcome their bad defense, Josh Allen is going to have to be Superman. I don't think that's a recipe for necessarily success later on down the road, but Josh Allen basically had to play Superman for the Bills to come back, even though that defense for the Bills did get those 2 interceptions back-to-back, with the pick 6 to help. But that Bills defense, it leaves a lot of worry. Especially if the Bills offensively are not having the best of games. They used to be able to rely a little bit on their defense. They can't do that this year. And then the Bengals, that offense can be explosive with Burrow, but that defense is still terrible. Next, we're going to have the Denver Broncos versus Las Vegas Raiders. Denver, I'm putting at an S. Of course, the Raiders are a D. But I think this game was a little bit close. Something about this Broncos offense, it leaves me some question. They're not consistent. They don't start fast. They have those moments where they can't score. Their defense is keeping them in a lot of these ball games, if we're going to be honest. And then the Raiders are just the damn Raiders. Raiders are terrible. Max Crosby is basically like a Lamborghini in the damn hood neighborhood. And the Raiders, oof. Next is the Bears versus the Packers. I'm dropping the Bears down to an A. But I'm not doing that up. But I believe in this Bears team. They fall hard with a team that is right there neck and neck as far as the NFC goes. And I go away from this game as a Bears fan. I still have confidence in this football team. I still do. They made the turnover. They made some plays. They ran the football better in the second half. The only thing I worry about the Bears is that their passing game has been inconsistent for the latter part of this year, and the running game has been taken over. And if they hit some players earlier, we may be talking about a different ball game. Packers, I'm keeping them at A. They ran the football well. They threw the football. They was pushing the ball down the field. Got the Bears in some lapse coverages. And then that defense was creating hell for Caleb Williams damn near all game. Whether it was Gary, whether it was Michael Parsons, defense created hell for Caleb. They looked a little worn down when the Bears started to get running football going, but Green Bay is a team to reckon with. And I hate to say it as a Bears fan. Next, we're going to have the Rams. Can we say more about how dominant that Rams offense was and defense was against the Cardinals? I am one. Michael Wilson is playing really well for the Cardinals. But Puka, Devontae, Stafford still playing like an MVP level self. And then the Rams, could they still be the best team in football? A lot of people was writing them off a little bit after that loss to Carolina. But I still believe the Rams are right there. One of the best complete teams in football. Then the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans. Oddly enough, I am moving the Chiefs to a C. I am keeping the Texans at B. One thing about this Chiefs team, they are not the same football team. They have a bunch of offensive line injuries. That defense is not playing the same way. The Texans, give them credit on defense for really slowing down this Chiefs offense. And then on top of that, Patrick Mahomes is looking at, they are relying on too much to play superhero. And the way they were winning last year, it's just, it wasn't sustainable. It's not sustainable when you're continually putting yourself in certain of these situations where Patrick Mahomes basically had to play from behind and basically had to rescue you from the dumps. It eventually is going to catch up to you, and they caught up to the Chiefs this season. Shout out to my boy C.J. Stroud. He played a lot better. They ran the football okay, but that defense from the Texans is something else. And that is why they've been on this winning streak, since that defense has been playing some really lights-out football. Last but not least, I have the Chargers and the Eagles. I had them both at A. I'm going to keep them at A. But something about this Eagles offense, I've said this for weeks. Something off about it. Jalen Hurts 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and fumble. The Eagles defense has been keeping them in games. But man, something about that offense, it's been worrying a lot of people, me included. Some isn't right. Chargers. Justin Herbert is going to get killed at some point. He's a warrior. It's tough. That Chargers defense made plays all night. I just wish, number one, the Chargers had some bit of a protection to get Justin Herbert, but I'm keeping both teams there. But these are my picks. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. The goal is 6K before the end of 2025. I will catch you guys later. Peace.